So the next day, they meet with Al Pacino,
Yes.
who is the big mafia boss, the one they're doing this for. You know, he's the one that the federal prosecutor is going after.
Also, important, it's Al Pacino with a man bun. He has like a gray man bun in this movie.
Yeah. And he's literally insane.
Yeah.
He's
a mob boss.
He's the Alice Pacino, that maybe, possibly.
Is that a sexist joke?
What? No.
What is Alice between?
No, Al-list, like the best, like at EST, at his most.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He is at his most Al.
Right, yeah. Or, maybe he's feminized in this movie. He's become Alice Pacino. Again, having him in the scene is such a breath of fresh air. Like, it really shows you what a great actor he is, because for a moment, you're in a real movie. Like, you're in a scene that makes sense. The actors seem to be feeding off each other, and it's good. The problem with the scene is that Al Pacino undermines the entire plot of the movie.
Yeah.
He points out that if you kidnap the brother of a federal prosecutor, this is not going to accomplish your goals of getting the person who's being prosecuted off. It just doesn't make any sense.
But you assume that those are top-down orders. So it's not like that guy would just randomly come up with that as a plan without talking to Al Pacino first.
Yeah, it makes no sense at all.
Yeah, as I said, like, this movie has a whole bunch of plot holes, and that's fine. I don't need perfect verisimilitude in my movies. I can suspend my disbelief. But what enrages me is when a character in the film points out all those plot holes to me. It would be like if in Star Wars someone said to Darth Vader, like, "Man, we forgot to put the grate on the thermal exhaust port, eh?" That would have kept the whole thing from going.
Right. Ben and I were joking that Al Pacino, when he got the script, was asking for the premise, and his agent told him, like, "Oh, the premise is that someone kidnaps the brother of a federal prosecutor to get him from not prosecuting you." And this was his reaction.
You don't try to extort a federal fucking prosecutor. And if you do, you don't fuck around.
He does more acting in that line than I think Larry Gigli does in the entire film.
That could be where the movie started.
Yeah. Let's make a recut of the director's cut, and it's just the Christopher Walken scene and just the Al Pacino scene.
And the mom scene.
And the mom scene. Yes.
And the yoga scene.
It's funny because you're keeping in the yoga scene too, eh?
I'm only human.
I'm gonna demand Turkey Time Gobble Gobble stay in the movie.
It's funny that this movie was pitched as being the Bennifer movie. It's like the reason you'd want to see it is to see the two of them act together, and the only scenes that are worth watching are the ones that have other actors in it.
Yeah.
What do you think Al Pacino's reaction was to being presented with this script? I guess it'd be more like a call from his accountant. My accountant just told me that I need to do this movie for $40 million, one scene. I can't say no.
Another gangster picture.
But this one is sensitive. I like it.
This one is a love story, and she's got a great ass.
I just like to imagine Al Pacino sitting through the premiere, like,
yeah.
Like he didn't read the script. He only read his one scene. He probably showed up. He showed up for one day of shooting. He did his scene. He had no idea what the rest of the movie would look like. He's watching this thing, just going, "I got the worst fucking agents.
I have the worst representation in Hollywood."
Yeah, and this is like the big intense climax of the film, because that mid-level gangster that hired both Ben Affleck and J-Lo gets shot in the face, and so our characters are in danger. But luckily,
and what a bad middle manager! He's hiring two people for the same job. Like, just that's such a he should die, because that's poor management.
The neoliberal reforms of the '90s really hit the mafia hard. You really had fewer enforcers at the bottom, expecting to do more and more labor, really contracted gig economy workers, whereas middle management of the mob ballooned thanks to what Clinton did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got a lot of vice presidents in the mafia. So then he turns his attention to the two of them, and he's like, "I think I'm going to kill you two." And J-Lo gives him a masterful speech. You know, one of the greatest speeches in movie history.
I think I much prefer just to, end it right here.
If you think that's the best tactic to keep you out of jail, if you think that's any less dumb than asking to have his finger cut off, well, then that would be the thing that you should do. But if you don't, then let us take the thorn out of your side. Let us make sure that kid will never be able to testify against anybody. And if after that you're still not happy, then we can all talk again.
Again, we're scared for our beloved protagonist, but as she talks, we have like ukulele lullaby playing in the background.
I was just like, just kill them, please. Like, put them out of their misery, you know?
This movie is over 2 hours long. It does not need to be.
Yeah.
Oh, and in case you're interested, my life sucks.